Okay, I wasn't even gonna make a video on the Artemis Fowl movie because I saw it. It wasn't that good. There wasn't really much to talk about. There's already hundreds of videos already talking about how bad this movie is. What was I gonna do? Make yet another video talking about how bad this movie was so I can, reinforce your already established viewpoint of the movie? The movie sucked. Fine, whatever. But here's the thing, and I'm going to end up I'm kind of using the Artemis Fowl movie as a springboard for something else what I really want to talk about, so you're going to have to bear with me. And it's the fact that there's a common theme I've noticed in regards to the complaints to the Artemis Fowl movie. And that's how it so strays from its source material. Okay, so let me see if I get this straight. One of the main complaints and reasons the Artemis Fowl movie sucked and was bad was because it strayed so far from its source material, right? Is that the reason? Okay. I have some movies I want to show you. It's called The Lord of the Ring. Remember these? The Lord of the Ring trilogy. Maybe you've heard of them. Okay? Guess what, boys and girls? These movies strayed from the source material. Oops! You see, they added, removed, amalgamated, changed aspects, threw out chapters of the books for the movies. Where was the complaints on how the Lord of the Rings movies strayed from the source material? Oh wait, it's because none of you bullshit fake geek culture fanboys actually read the books. So you had nothing to compare it to. So you want to know why you liked the Lord of the Rings movies? Not because it was faithful to its source material, because the movie stood on its own. What's his name? Jackson, the guy that directed it. He gave it his own direction, his own slant, his own path that he took with the source material. That's what directors do. Okay? As long as the movie or The Witcher TV show, okay? For those of you who are complaining about how the Artemis Fowl movie strayed from its source material, but you like The Witcher TV show, you're full of bullshit. You are bullshit artists. You are so full of shit because the TV series strayed so far from the source material that it created its own storyline. Okay, that was literally independent from the source material. Where's your complaint on how The Witcher TV show strayed from its source material? Oh wait, you didn't have it. And this goes for both sides, because a lot of the people who watched The Witcher TV show, the series, never read the books. They didn't have a problem with it. Why? Oh, because it stood on its own. Mind you, it was still full of stupid, but you guys are idiots, so what do you know? But then you also have the people who were fans of the books, were fans of the game, and still didn't complain about the Witcher TV series for straying from the source material. Do you understand how full of shit you are? Okay? So if you're the same people who are going, the Artemis Fowl movie sucked because it strayed from the source material, you literally invalidate your own argument. You cannot just pick and choose, you can't have conditions or pick and choose which movies or TV shows can and cannot be loyal to the source material and then bitch over it. Like, it's okay. I can't believe I have to explain this to you. A movie works differently than a book. A movie cannot adapt the book as it is. Not only that, directors change things. They have their own direction, their own vision for the movie or the TV show. Much like they did, I forget, something Jackson, I can't remember. When he did it with the Lord of the Rings. When he did it with the goddamn Hobbit movies. Okay? Despite the fact that you guys bitched about how it wasn't, how they added so much, y'all still love the movies anyway. Okay? How am I supposed to? You literally invalidate yourselves on a regular basis, and I'm here to point out how full of shit you all are. How bullshit fake geek culture fanboys you actually are. Because the only people who buy your bullshit are other bullshit fake geek culture fanboys. Okay? Because none of them are gonna tell it. None of them are gonna tell you because they're full of shit too. I guess it's because I'm like this insignificant YouTube channel that I can say all this stuff and I'm never gonna get any backlash because nobody watches this video. Nobody's even gotten this far. So anyway, and here's an aspect of this movie that I know you didn't take into consideration. Is the fact that you actually think or thought the director read the book. Okay? Like, what? This project, this movie went through like what? A bunch of screenwriters and a bunch of directors, right? You think that they finally got a director to, shovel this movie through? No. The director cared enough to make sure that he was going to be faithful to the movie so that he was going to read the books. At best, they got a summary, okay, of key aspects of the movie or characters and ideas, and guaranteed the director went, oh, okay, I like this idea, oh, I like this, but I'm gonna do this with it, because he doesn't know from the summary aspects of the character or the idea that was in the movie, or said, okay, I don't like the original plot that the summary is based off of, so I'm gonna create my own to make it a little bit more cohesive. You actually thought, did none of you watch Avatar the Airbender? Do you think that that director saw the TV show or read I think it was the manga, wasn't it? Or read the manga? Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what, boys and girls? The Easter Bunny doesn't exist. Santa Claus is really your parents buying you the gifts. I hate to shatter your delusion. I honestly, I actually think the reason a part of some of you are so upset is that you actually thought the director read the book and purposely went, screw it. Guaranteed the director or the screenwriters don't even know half of the stuff that they screwed up on. Okay, you actually making videos explaining what they screwed up, I'll bet you any money, is news to the director. It's the first time they've heard it. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, another thing. In regards to the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes that everybody's using, because it's like 12%, it's got a 12% critic score, and how certain people are using it as a legitimate critique of the movie. Okay, there are some YouTubers, right, who, when the critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave Star Wars, the Star Wars prequels, high scores, when they gave Catwoman, the TV show, high scores, these certain YouTubers made it absolutely clear how illegitimate and full of shit and useless the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes was. But all of a sudden, when the critics on Rotten Tomatoes have a score that matches their viewpoint of a movie, suddenly they're a legitimate rating system? Like, do you understand? Like, how do you not understand what hypocritical bullshit artists you are? Okay? You can't make videos trying to establish how full of shit and useless the critics score on Rotten Tomatoes is, but then when suddenly their score matches your opinion, suddenly it's a legitimate source. I mean, you're so full of shit. Somebody's got to tell you this, and it might as well be me. I volunteer. Because here's the thing. The movie, the Artemis Fowl movie, on its own, independent of the fact that it's not faithful to the source material, is not a very good movie. And if that was the complaint, if the review, I'm going to segue. I gotta stop myself. If the complaint of all the reviewers, people talking about it was, despite the director took his own path, his own direction, and he screwed it up. It doesn't stand on its own. And if that was the complaint, that's fine. There's nothing for me to bitch about. Except here's the thing, okay? You have people reviewing this movie who haven't read the books, okay? Who are literally in their reviews referencing the fact that the movie sucks simply because so many people are complaining about how it doesn't match the books. The fact that Artemis Fowl is supposed to be like a villain, okay? But instead in the movie he's a good guy. Does the fact that he's a good guy in the movie work? Who gives a shit? Irrelevant. It's the fact that he's not supposed to be a good guy. Nobody reviewing this movie is reviewing this movie based on the movie on its own. Do the characters work? Do the ideas work? Does the fact that Artemis is a good person, does that stand on its own? Does it work? What's that stupid thing that he's supposed to find? Does that plot work? No, they're not complaining about that. They're not establishing that the plot doesn't work on its own. They're not establishing that the Artemis's character doesn't work on its own. It doesn't work. It isn't good because it's not the way it's supposed to be from the book. The reviews of this movie literally invalidate themselves because they're not reviewing the movie. All they're doing is pandering to the people who hate this movie because it doesn't match the source material. So they're only telling you what you want to hear so that you'll give them likes and you'll give them upvotes and you'll give them positive comments. Okay? It's a circle jerk full of bullshit that you guys established. I could probably rant some more, but I've oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? Exonerate? No. I've exercised the rant. I've exercised the demons. I pretty much the movie's not that good. It sucks. Fine. But you're not actually chastising the movie because in and of itself it sucks. You're chastising the movie because it isn't faithful to the source material. You don't get to pick and choose. Okay? Lord of the Rings wasn't. The Witcher series wasn't. The Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Okay? They were pretty much based on the characters. At this point I'm talking to a camera, so I'm pretty much done. My rant's over. I'm done. See ya.